Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCollum, and yesterday we took a look at the mechanics of this Gepárd GM6 Lynx. Today we're out at the range to put some ammo through it. So, actually, a little bit of a spoiler, we already put a bunch of ammo through it, getting some high-speed shots, and it's pretty cool. We actually got a pretty decent group with it, just using kind of generic repackaged ball ammo. And I'm really curious to see how this will actually perform with good quality stuff. So I have 5 rounds of really good AMAX precision ammo. This isn't really, I'm a little dubious about this being a sniper rifle just because of the long recoil action and the moving barrel, but let's give it a shot. I've got a paper target at 100 yards, so we will run 5 rounds and then go take a look. And I do also want to point out that everything on this rifle just feels smooth and good. A lot of 50s, like you have this big box magazine, you kind of have to fight to get it into the gun. This just slides in nice and easily. So I'll go ahead and close the dust cover. Well, actually, I'll chamber around first. Ka-chunk. There we go. Close the dust cover. This is a Bullpup. It is right-handed only, so we'll be shooting it right-handed today. Got a little screw rear rest on the back of the grip here, and in position. Safety off, and here we go. That'll get your attention in the morning. All right, that's one. Two. You have to be careful with this thing. Make sure you've got enough eye relief, because that thing tapped my glasses a little bit. That's 3. This thing is going to give me a flinch here. That's why we wanted to do a 5-round group first, before I beat the crap out of myself the rest of the way. All right. Four. Overall, the recoil is actually better than a lot of other 50s I've shot. So far, I've probably put like 15 rounds through this in the last half hour or so, and my shoulder is starting to get a bit sore, but there's a lot of 50s that I've shot, and that's prone too. There's a lot of 50s I've shot where that would have happened a lot sooner. This does have sort of the typical long recoil thing of sort of a long push instead of a short, sharp kick. But that's kind of like saying it's a dry heat in Arizona, where, yeah, it is, but still, it's Arizona heat. Well, it's a long push, but it's still a 50 BMG long push. I think, if anything, I'm kind of happy that this is in 50 BMG and not in its alternative chambering that they do also make in Hungary, 12.7 by 108 Russian. All right, one more shot, and then we'll go take a look at our group. All right, hard for me to say. Let's go take a close look. All right, so not quite as good as I was hoping. We have just about a perfectly distributed 3 MOA group. I would not go out of my way to blame the rifle for that, because I'm no precision shooter, and that thing is also beating the bejesus out of me. But there you go. Still not bad. In its practical role, guns like this are really anti-material rifles. They're intended to be shot at light armored vehicles, helicopters, small aircraft parked on runways, radar installations, that sort of thing. And this, even this level of performance from someone like me, is pretty darn adequate for that sort of usage. I'd be really curious to see someone with better marksmanship skills try this out, see how much of an issue the moving barrel really is. All right, so that's shooting prone, which is how you would actually use this. If you've watched other videos on this thing, you know that it can in fact be shot offhand. Shooting it offhand is not really practical for anything other than looking cool on social media, but I guess that is part of what we're doing right here. So I will demonstrate that one more time. You may have seen me do it on the intro. It is a very long length of pull gun. It's about 25 pounds, so this is like shouldering a light machine gun. You can do it, but the thing is, practical usage of this requires a fairly high magnification optic, which is really hard to use effectively from the shoulder on a 25-pound gun. That said, the recoil is actually a lot more comfortable standing because it can just rock you back a little bit instead of slamming into your shoulder the way it does when you're prone. So, you know, I'm actually kind of curious to try shooting this from a knee. Let's give that a try. Just the general conclusion about this thing, everything feels really mechanically well put together. Everything operates smoothly, it runs nicely. You know, often with big guns like this, they don't get a lot of rounds through them, and so especially when they're mostly new, which this one is pretty close to mostly new, things don't run smoothly, things kind of jam up a little bit, need some wiggling. This just runs really well. It is clearly quite well manufactured. And it is a very practical form factor, I think, for a 50 cal. The short overall length of the Bullpup is nice. The long recoil action, I think it's a very uncommon action to see these days in firearms, but I think it makes sense in this. It's a very safe action, and it does do a lot to delay and spread out the impact of the recoil, which is important for a shoulder-fired 50. So, and it's even like appropriate to put a little Magpul angled front grip on. So, let's see if this actually works. Into it. Sort of. It's better than shooting it from the shoulder, but really your best bet is off the bipod, prone. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. A big thanks to the owner of this rifle who let me take it out here and play with it and burn a whole bunch of 50 through it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.